So you want to hear something funny? This is how fucking good I am at this shit. This, you believe me if you want to. I don't lie, because sooner or later I'll get found out. I made the video talking about Nancy Pelosi. Made it a couple days ago, right? And I went through what I just reasonably and logically imagined happened there, right? And I went on this whole long rant about how the lady probably, found out, or, whatever she had to. I actually thought that the lady was the one doing the fucking hairdo. It wasn't. Apparently this lady just runs a shop. And cosmetologists will rent a chair in her shop. And essentially they get a key to the shop. And if somebody's like, hey, I need to get my hair did, they go, okay, meet you at the shop. And then they go to the shop and let themselves in and do what they do. And so Nancy was in there with 2 other people. Not wearing a mask. They were. The whole thing is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Considering. But it is kind of a slap in the face that she's supporting all of this shut down every business until we have a cure for the common cold type shit. And apparently this lady has not been able to work for 6 months. And apparently Nancy would go into her place all the time. And Nancy shut her business down and said you can't work. And so she's at the point now, after 6 months of not making new income, just living off of what she had, she said that she's, because I wound up watching the Tucker interview after everybody commented and said this lady was on Tucker, and I went, oh, cool. And I watched that, and I'm just like, fucking, this is ridiculous. This is exactly what I speculated happened. She got fucking furious pissed, because Nancy's a fucking asshole, and she's like, this fucking, and so yeah, she just sent out the fucking video. She was like, fuck you. And a lot of people in the comments were like, she's not, it wasn't a setup, this lady's a rat, there's a difference. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, fuck Nancy, man, fuck her in her ass. She deserves it, she should be ratted out for that shit. That's bullshit, man. So, but yeah, and I guess now that Nancy has come out and said, I was set up, this lady is getting so many threats, because you know how the left is. They preach violence and destruction, and if you wrong us, we will destroy you. Like, that's their way. So this lady has now wronged them. And so there's, she's getting death threats and shit like that. And they're talking about, they're telling her that they're going to come burn her business down and this, that, and the other thing. And I guess a lot of her stylists, like, she's either had to let go through the pandemic, and now ones are leaving because it's dangerous to work for her now. And so, yeah, like, she's like, I'm pretty much done. Like, that's it. I'm done. She's like, I can't, there's no way I can keep this business open. I'm done. So this lady lost her livelihood. Because Nancy went, she set me up. These people are fucking disgusting, man. Like, they're just disgusting fucking people. And Pied Pipers, every one of them. They're just leading them up. Right? Like, because honestly, like, Nancy got ratted out by this lady. So Nancy said, I'll fix your little red wagon. And she went on the news and said she set me up. Knowing full fucking well that everybody in her district that reveres her like some sort of fucking, I don't even know what, normal human being, which isn't even amazing enough, they fucking decide to descend on this woman, and now she's done. So I'm done. Dude. And they fucking have the nerve to have a, man, I'm watching YouTube videos and I see a Joe Biden commercial that's Donald Trump talks shit about Goodyear on Twitter. And oh, that's so terrible of him to do. And fucking, they actually have a thing that says Goodyear stock fell 6%. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, wow. Nancy literally cost this woman her livelihood. Trump cost Goodyear a 6% stock drop, which is probably back up already. Who even knows? But because Goodyear decided to pick sides, he said that's unfair for a company to do. If people want to buy other tires from other companies, I would support that. That's all he did. And stock dropped 6%. Holy shit, 6%. Did they have to shut down? Did everybody lose their livelihoods? I don't think so. But this lady did, because she set Nancy up. That is some fucking bullshit, man. There you go. Well, you radicalized another one. Thank you for that. We needed another cosmetologist to be on our side. Because God knows, you know, in the midst of conflict, one needs to have good hair. So thanks for that, Nancy. Fucking shit. They bitch about right-wing radicalization. You know, well, it's you left-wing nutbags that are doing it. Stop fucking people over. It's like, kind of like, it's not too much to ask you guys not link child fucking inappropriate kid videos in my comments. I don't think it's too much to ask that our elected officials not actively fuck their private citizens. Literally their constituents. Literally people that they've patronized for years, as the quote is. Where's the loyalty? Holy shit. And now Nancy's going to have to find herself a new salon, which I think is kind of funny. Like, when it comes down to it, Nancy is going to be inconvenienced by this. She's not going to have her person anymore. I mean, unless she buys them, you know, and keeps them in her house or something. Maybe she can have her own room for her private stylist, and then whenever they're interviewing her next time in her house, instead of showing ice cream, she can be like, oh, and this is where I keep my stylist. And she can open up a door, and then there'll be some dude chained to a cot with a fucking cosmetology chair, like one of the fucking stylist chairs with a little sink behind it and shit. Be like, yeah. And it'll have brick walls and stuff like that, because, you know, you could scratch through fucking drywall. You gotta have brick for this room. Duh. You know, it's not expensive to retrofit a room into a dungeon, I imagine. Mostly rich people do it, so maybe it is expensive. But what? Hey, whatever. She can afford it, right? It's all taxpayer money. So, you know, she can keep this dude in his own little, you know, his own little salon in her house. Wouldn't that be adorable? Of course, his chain will have to reach far enough to the cot, to his bathroom pail, you know, and then it's going to have to be able to get all the way around the chair. But further than that, he might be able to get out of the room. That could be inconvenient. She does, after all, have to entertain from time to time. So, you know. It's fun to just let your mind fucking run wild sometimes. I don't know. it's kind of fun for me to just. I don't think Nancy's actually going to buy this person. I mean, hey, you know, there's a lot of fucking things I didn't think would actually be going on, and I think they did actually. Or I think they're still working on removing civil rights in California. So, hey, who knows? He looked like a white guy to me, so Nancy might be able to buy him someday. Jesus Christ.